Last year I did a 14 console challenge, and one game for each of those consoles. And here's an update on how I did. So for the NES, I played and I finished Blaster Master. Would I play through it again? No, but I'd play the beginning again. It's a good game, just just not for me. Beginning is really good, great music to go throughout the game, but I should find the entire playthrough enjoyable. Our next game is Spellcaster on the Master System. I beat it. I might play it again, but I don't think I would play through it. The final level, I think, was the best level, different than pretty much the rest of the game. For the Wii U, I played through Hyrule Warriors, and I'd play through it and beat it again. And actually, I already have. I picked up the Switch version, and I'm trying to get 100% on that with all of the DLC. This is probably my favorite Zelda title. The warrior system works really well with it, and I like that you can pick it up, play it for 15, 20 minutes, make it through a level, get some progress, and then keep going. And the other Zelda titles, not so much these days you can do that, and time's so limited for me, so it was really fun and fast paced, I think, by I like it so much. Next up, though, for the Game Boy Advance is Sigma Star Saga. It's a shooter, but you're in outer space, and the random battles are side-scrolling shoot 'em up levels. Play through that. I mean, I might mess around with it again, but I don't know if I'd actually play through it again. I'd have to see where I was at the time. Next game I beat was Zelda Twilight Princess on the Wii. Not a huge fan of the motion controls for this. I've heard lots of people like this is their favorite game in the Zelda series, and I don't know, it felt like it overstayed its welcome, and like the motion controls for battles and stuff was really rough. Next one I beat was another Zelda game, but on the Game Boy Color, Zelda Oracle of Ages. I might mess around with it, but I don't think I ever have any desire to play through it again. The Goron dancing levels were really irritating, just because trying to get those button presses, sitting there holding the Game Boy up to my ear, listening, and then trying to do it in tune. Not so much fun for me. But like I said earlier, the Zelda style just doesn't seem to work for me anymore. I'll have to play the Super Nintendo version again, because that was my favorite version previously. Next up is Blowout on a GameCube. It was an okay game to play through. I might mess around with it, but I have no interest in playing through it again. Glad I got it and beat it, but I think that's one I might actually go ahead and sell and get out of the collection and let somebody else play around with it. The next game was Spider-Man on the Dreamcast. I'd like to go back and get all the costumes, so I think I'd probably play through it again. It was a lot of fun. There's some of the control issues with not having dual analog, but it was a fun game overall. Next game I beat on the Genesis Mini 2 when I got it, and that's Super Street Fighter 2, The New Challengers. I prefer the original Street Fighter 2, but it was okay. I'd probably beat it again just because it doesn't take that long. Next up on the SNES, Phalanx. Definitely an interesting shooter. It took me a while to understand and kind of grasp the mechanic of changing the weapons. And like if I went back to it today, I probably wouldn't even remember what it was. It'd take me a while to relearn it. Just didn't seem like it would be worth another playthrough. Next up on the N64 was Jet Force Gemini. I ended up changing that to Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. I would not play this again. I don't think I would beat it again. And this one is probably leaving the collection as soon as I can find someone to buy it for what I paid for it. Then I played Resident Evil on the Saturn. Tank controls are tough after several attempts to start the game and try to get into it. I really did not care for such limited ammo. I know it's part of the style and what they were going for at the time. I didn't care for that. I didn't care for the limited number of saves, because that bit me several times. Because okay, I have played for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Oh, now I died, but I didn't have enough ammo for the handgun, and I wasn't enjoying it. And then I found a code to make the knife into a rocket launcher. and then it was a blast. I would only play it again with the rocket launcher. It was fun to just run around and mess around, and I still died several times, but it was nice just being able to run and play the game and experience it, and not have to worry about, okay, how many bullets do I have in my handgun? Do I have enough clips with ammo in them? It made it a lot more fun to experience the game with the rocket launcher. And apparently, when you use the rocket launcher, you don't have the second boss fight at the end of the game. Because someone in chat said something about it, and I was letting chat, and I was letting chat just throw hints, whatever they wanted to put out there. And I also had a walkthrough if I got stuck, so I could quickly look through it, because I just didn't want to spend time running around back and forth. But so much more fun with the rocket launcher. So much more fun. Game Gear, I was going to do Defenders of Oasis, and I made it. I finished chapter 3, I believe, and was starting on chapter 4, and my save file got corrupted. So a little disheartened at that, but I was playing, and someone playing on stream, and someone said Donald Duck Deep Duck Trouble for the Game Gear. So tried that. It was a good bit of fun. I finished it in one sitting. It's not as good as the Lucky Dime Caper starring Donald Duck, but it was a fun game. I think I'd definitely play through it again if I had the time, but definitely play it. And the last game for the 16 challenge was Cadash for the TurboGrafx 16. It was a fun game. I might play through it again. It's not really difficult. You pretty much grind at some point in the beginning, and you'll be strong enough to make it through. It was a fun game, but if you don't know, beware of the Black Pudding. So some of the other games I beat, not too many of them, but for the Master System, I beat Enduro Racer. It's a really fun game once you get the controls down. You got to pop a wheelie and then let go at the right time, and you go shooting off of the ramps, and it was a lot of fun. Xbox One, I played through Halo Infinite with the grapple. I had so much fun with the grapple. Real looking forward to it, where you can go back and actually pick up some of the stuff that you missed in your first playthrough. And for co-op, I played through solo on Legendary. Some tough boss fights, but overall it was a fun game. And I've already gone back to it just to run around and try to find stuff that I can take out. Next up is Titan Souls on the PC. It's not a long game. There's only 6-7 bosses maybe, and it's pretty much one-hit kills. You get killed one hit, but so does the boss if you hit him in the right spot. And it was a fun game just to run around. I wish there was actually just a boss rush mode that would take you from one to the other, but I had to have fun with it. The Mega Man collection, I played Mega Man 4. That was the one that chat helped with, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the NES. Not nearly as frustrating as I think as I've seen other people say it is, and that was because, like I said, I had somebody walking me through and go, all right, you need to go into this cave, or this cave, go in this manhole, or this one, go pick up this and pick up that. I had fun. Even the water level, I died several times, but jumping off the dam and running through the seaweed wasn't that bad. Played through Shredder's Revenge on the Xbox One several times. It was great to play that, jump in the game with a bunch of other people and play it. I didn't really play it solo. It's a game to be played with other people, and so that's the only time I played it. I beat Outrun 3D on the Master System, and I actually was using the 3D glasses and the 3D on a PVM, a little 9-inch PVM. It was a lot of fun. A new game called Dome Keeper on the PC came out. You got a little dome. You got to go and collect materials and stuff, upgrade your base, and upgrade your defenses and your offensive weapons, and how fast you can move around in the terrain and how much you can carry. Really fun game. I've gone back to it several times and beat it several times since. Spider-Man Shattered Dimension on the 360. It's one that I picked up and played years ago, and was just like, okay, I need to go back and finish that one. It's an okay game. Spider-Man Web of Shadows is the best Spider-Man game that came out during that PS3 360 era. I didn't really care for the Spider-Man 2099 levels where you had to dive and miss stuff. Some of the swinging and aiming was really rough because you'd jump and it was you'd have it targeted. You would see the reticle targeting it, and it would just difficulty trying to actually get the web to shoot and hit it. And the final game that I beat of the year was the original Lego Star Wars on the 360. It's a bit outdated, but it's one that I've had for a while. I think I started and finally went back through and played it. Every once in a while I go back and try to pick up some more money and more bricks. Hoping to get 100% completion on it, but if not, that's alright. That's it for 2022. Thanks everyone for watching this. Everyone has a good day. Take care, have fun, stay safe, keep retro.